We are all about that self-care. In fact, there's an entire industry dedicated to telling us how to do just that. We love a good self-care routine. And if it makes us feel better, then we will absolutely buy into it. But sometimes the advice we receive is not always the best for our well-being. Sometimes the advice we receive actually stems from pop psychology. And this is something that affects not just us, but our mental health too. And while having goals is great, saying that we should have all of our life figured out by the time we reach 20 is just not realistic. And it puts a lot of unnecessary pressure on young people. While it may seem like a good idea to avoid negative thoughts altogether, it's actually not realistic, and it can even be harmful. When someone tells you to fake your smile or your confidence, they're essentially telling you that it's okay to lie about how you're feeling. And this can send the message that your feelings are not valid. It also sets you up for failure because you're trying to maintain a false image of yourself. According to a study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, people who fake their smiles report higher levels of negative emotions and lower levels of positive emotions. So not only is it not true that we should fake it till we make it, it's also not good for our mental health either. Negative thoughts are a normal and necessary part of the human experience, and trying to avoid them can actually make them worse. By understanding how it can affect us, we can start to critically evaluate the advice we see online and elsewhere. Remember, you are not alone. If you're struggling with your mental health, reach out to a trusted friend, family member, or mental health professional today. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to like and share it with those who might benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more new videos. Thanks for watching. It also sends the message that negative thoughts are bad and that we should feel guilty for having them, which is just not true. Having negative thoughts does not make you a negative person. It's important to remember that everyone experiences negative emotions from time to time, and it's a normal and healthy part of being human. Trying to avoid or suppress these thoughts and feelings can lead to increased anxiety and a greater sense of self-blame and shame. It also sets them up for failure, because most people don't actually have their lives figured out by the time they reach 20. According to a recent survey conducted by the Mental Health Foundation, 66% of Gen Z respondents felt pressured to have their whole life planned out, which included knowing what career they want to pursue, where they want to live, and who they want to be with. This pressure to succeed can be overwhelming for some young people, and it can lead to feelings of anxiety and depression. So today we're going to talk about what pop psychology is and how it affects Gen Z, especially when it comes to self-care. So pop psychology is basically psychology made simple and accessible to the masses. These are all examples of pop psychology. And while they may seem like harmless advice, they can actually be harmful because they oversimplify complex mental health issues. There's a reason why we don't see psychologists giving this kind of advice on TV, and it's because they know that these kinds of statements are not only untrue, they can also be incredibly damaging. It's often used in self-help books, social media posts, and those late-night TV talk shows. And it's often used to explain complex psychological concepts in very simple terms. And while this can be helpful in making psychology more accessible to people, it can also be harmful when it encourages people to take a one-size-fits-all approach to mental health issues. Think of those Instagram posts that tell you to fake it till you make it, or to stop negative thoughts from taking over. For example, one popular piece of pop psychology is the idea that we should all have a 5-year plan. Another example is the advice we often hear to stop negative thoughts from taking over. And lastly, the advice we often hear to fake it till you make it is not only untrue, it's incredibly damaging. It's important to be aware of the potential harm that pop psychology can cause.